Singles between Akane Yamaguchi, ranked 3, seeded 3, and Putri Wardani, who played very well yesterday, to come from behind against KAPAL of Thailand. Here's how it all fits into the women's singles draw. An Se-young winning very, very comfortably earlier this morning against Putri Kusuma of Thailand. So the top seed is through, and the winner of this match will have the dubious privilege of facing her tomorrow in the semis. Unsurprisingly, the crowd rise to welcome the Indonesian, who's about to enter the arena alongside. There she is, alongside Yamaguchi. She got phenomenal support yesterday, Bobby, didn't she, against KAPAL, and it won't be any different this morning. It doesn't matter that it's not even 10 o'clock yet.
I'm sorry, Trevor, what did you say? I can't hear you. I can't hear you in this arena. It's not even a third full, a quarter full perhaps, but what an atmosphere as Wardani walks out. The crowd just giving us an indication as to what it's going to feel like and look like come the weekend.
Two previous meetings between this pair. Yamaguchi won both of them, but both of them were 2 years ago. And one of them was actually here in a round of 16 match, 2023. Yamaguchi, of course, will start favourite. She is a world-class act, a double world champion. 18 World Tour titles, but none so far this year. And she'll want to change that as quickly as possible. Of course, she has had a few injury issues over the last couple of years. Made the semis in Singapore before losing to Wang Zhiyi, and completely untroubled so far in this tournament. Only on court for, what, about an hour and 8 minutes.
Yeah, I think she won this event once as well, but we're going back years for that now, and it'd be quite amazing to see her do that again. I think you talked about Shi Yuqi and how he won the All England earlier this week, earlier this year, and that's sort of 8 years or something since he did it before. I mean, I think it's something similar for Yamaguchi.
Wardani is now 12 in the world. She was a spot higher a couple of months back. Part of the Sudirman Cup winning, or bronze medal winning team, I should say, last month in China. And a couple of semi-finals she's made this year in Switzerland and on home, sorry, in Thailand, actually, the other one. And there's that match you might have seen yesterday against KAPAL, where she lost the first game and then completely dominated the match thereafter. Renner is the chair umpire. She's from Switzerland, and Sudit Bave is the service judge. So they've swapped round basically from our first match. And just a reminder that at the conclusion of this women's singles quarter-final, we'll be taking a break and we'll return at 1:30 local time.
Ready to play.
I promised Renna Unt that I'd give her Estonian heritage a mention at some point next time we see her. She's actually born, she's still General Secretary of Badminton Estonia, and a proud Estonian while she lives in Switzerland and has done for quite some time. So there we are, Renna, job done.
I had the pleasure and the privilege of commentating on that Yamaguchi against Wang Zhiyi semi-final in Singapore, and it was a fabulous match. Yamaguchi, I thought, played maybe not
on my right,
quite as well as
Akane
when she was at her
Yamaguchi,
absolute
Japan.
peak, but not far off it. And if she's anywhere close to that again today, I think Wardani is going to have a real test.
On my left, Putri Kusuma Wardani, Indonesia.
Well, listen to that reaction as the umpire introduces Wardani, who will be living a dream, so to speak, now. 22 years old, 4th time she's played in the Istora at the Indonesian Open. The first time she's got past the round of 16. she's up against who I'm sure a player she's admired for many years, Yamaguchi, a two-time world champion, and she's in front of her own part of the Istora. What would it mean to her? I mean, that's amazing achievement for her.
I know that was only the first point. I hope that Wardani practices a bit of patience here, because if she tries to kind of blow Yamaguchi off the court, I don't think it's going to happen for her. Got to pick her moments.
Well, Yamaguchi is a very mobile player. She's got a great defence, she's very consistent. And what she lacks in height, she more than makes up for with those terrific racket skills. She gets shots back when she's struggling, especially in the rear corners, that other players just can't. And she's been a joy to watch, hasn't she, for many years, Yamaguchi.
I think the greatest retriever I've ever seen in women's game, and maybe in any of the disciplines.
When I was a kid, I did have a pet dog.
That's a fabulous shot.
A pet dog called Charlie, and I'd argue that he's up there as one of the greatest retrievers. But you know, I'll take your point, Trevor.
Yeah, there are certain rallies where you almost feel you need to win the point 3 times to actually get it against Yamaguchi. But that was a magic little winner from Wardani. That's going to go way out the back, though.
Service over. 2-all.
Well, that's, I think, what you are talking about. She's going at Yamaguchi, feeling that she has to try and hit winners to stand any chance in this match. That was a slightly off balance. Took the shuttle a bit too early and made the error.
I'm not sure she does, though, you know. I mean, if you were being hypercritical of Yamaguchi, you'd say maybe she doesn't really have a killer shot. And that rally there was a perfect example where Wardani basically got herself in the position to play a much easier potential winner.
I completely agree. Patience from Wardani is key here. She's got brilliant racket skills from all 4 corners. She needs to use them today. She needs to understand that she needs to be intense from the very start. It's going to be a very big physical test for Wardani to compete in this match. But if she stays patient and waits for her chances to get a short reply, then she can try and take the chance.
Well, that time, she was the victim, Yamaguchi, of some fantastic defence, and it was turned into attack very, very effectively by the 22-year-old.
That shot just there from Yamaguchi was a little bit too much of a gamble. She was falling backwards as she hit really hard, and any good defence would have put her in trouble, and that's exactly what happened.
Service over. 4-5.
Hadirin sekalian, kami beritahukan kepada kalian bahwa pasangan juara dari campuran Malaysia, Chen Kei and Tom Lee, akan tampil di stand Edinburgh pada pukul 10.40.
Nearly, but not quite. And there was so little margin for error with that shot.
5-all.
I'm surprised so far at the risk-taking of both players, actually. Fewer from Yamaguchi, risks being taken. But still, for a player of her consistency and longevity of rallies, I'm surprised she's sort of playing the game that Wardani wants her to. That is lovely. What a shot. Given loads of time to hold the shot on the backhand, wait for Wardani to move, and just push it past her up the line.
It's always been more precision than power with the Japanese.
5-40. 5-40. Thank you. Six, 5.
She can't do that today. She needs to stop that
7,
right now.
5.
The half chances are not the ones to really go for. She has to understand that she's got to take her chances when they are clear.
That is, I know it flicked the net, but that's a magnificent pickup from Yamaguchi.
Just to get there was impressive. The slice drop was brilliant quality, and she took that almost off the floor. Oh, that was pretty much on the floor.
Yeah, and deserved the luck on that shot.
Superb defense from Wardani. That would have beaten so many players.
Yeah, just couldn't get there. And she's just been given the runaround a little bit now by
9,
the former
5.
world champion.
It's great to see Yamaguchi playing at such speed of movement still. I know she's only 27. But the fact that she had to, all the way back in when she started winning titles in, you know, from 2016 onwards, so to speak, means she's been doing it at that intensity level for so many years. I kind of thought she might burn out slightly. I don't mean that with any disrespect, but it's so hard to play physically at that level
9, 5.
for almost a decade now.
Well, I think the other main thing is that she's clearly now 100% fit. I mentioned she had a few injury issues, but it just makes so much difference, especially with her game, that's so much built around speed on the court.
6, 9.
Well, Wardani needs to make the most of those unforced errors, because she's not going to get too many, I wouldn't imagine.
No, if there was a statistic somewhere that showed us which players were the most consistent, missed the court the least, I think Yamaguchi would be right up there in her career.
Just wide.
Service over. 10, 7.
Pretty close, but I think it was the right call.
Well, no challenge from the Japanese.
She's known to not challenge all that often, Yamaguchi, and so when she does challenge, she's very confident that it's correct. So again, that would be a nice statistic to see one day.
That's magic shot. Fantastic deception.
11-8.
And Yamaguchi has a 3-point lead at the mid-game interval.
She looked to have all the time in the world in the rally. This shot here up the line, just calmness. And then the reverse slice, straight drop. Completely outdone Wardani.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. 11-8. Play.
At the back from Yamaguchi.
Service over. 9-11. Service over. 12-9.
You can see she's trying so hard, Wardani. She knows there's a level of expectation in the crowd, and she wants to do herself justice here. She's playing one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, and that's why she... Oh, what a save.
How did she get that? How did she keep that in play?
That
It's ridiculous.
What a turnaround. The strength in the legs to pick up this.
That was better than the other one.
And then the speed at which she recovers in the rally. And the way she got to the net. What does Wardani need to do? Yeah, you can see Wardani's feeling like she has to play to the line, she has to get the perfect length, and she has to do it time and time again. That's a good shot. That's a really good shot.
10-14.
Well, forcing Yamaguchi twice on the long diagonal, and it was the shot quality that we talked about in the rally before that made the difference.
Service over. 15-10.
While she's getting close, it's not been enough to get the better of Yamaguchi. She is now, I think, going to try and commit to a few of the longer rallies. She's going to really try to get the shuttle to that back line and make the court as big as possible. Bring her into the front, get back to the back, and just keep that long game going. I think she's had a little success there, and perhaps believes it might be the way through.
12-15. Service over. 16-12.
Yeah, she's really disappointed with that shot.
Missed that. No, she got it. Well, it's been challenged. That looked wide to me.
I think we've caught the line, Trev. We'll have a little friendly wager on this one,
I think it's very close. But I just got that right behind the line. I just got the sense it might have evaded the sideline. Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Correction out. Service over.
Excellent challenge from Wardani. So because she was correct, she gets to keep it.
Play.
Oh, 360 from Yamaguchi. Had no choice.
Well, you've got to love Wardani's attitude. Point blank refusing to lie down here. She's back within 2.
Yamaguchi's high standards. There's been quite a few mistakes from her. Simple shots into the net today, especially in that round-the-head corner.
Service over.
Well, that was a pity from her point of view. It was only halfway up the net.
Service over. 15-17.
It's good play from Yamaguchi. Intensity was there and
18-15.
quality shot making. I like that technique she has. So short and sharp. Lovely cross from Wardani, and Yamaguchi again forced into that desperate defensive mode in the forecourt.
It's just phenomenal from Yamaguchi. Looks impossible to get to some of these. And then a far easier shot, she dumps in the net.
Service over.
She did all the hard work to stay in the rally so long, and now she's missed 4, maybe 5 of those drop shots from around the head. She would have perhaps won this opening game already.
Always looked like there was just a fraction too much angle.
Are you challenging?
I think this shot
Ball
could
is
have
out.
been... That was wide, surely.
Putri,
Yeah,
are you
it was definitely wide,
What are they?
and the line judge signalled it as
Service
such.
over. 19-16.
Yeah, that's correct. And Wardani could have challenged if she wanted to, and she chose not to. I think it was just that Yamaguchi, the signal was so quick, and then he put his arms back down again. She actually didn't see him signal, so she was just trying to clarify that he had signalled it was out, which it clearly was. So, no problem.
If that shuttle had been even a foot inside the court, I think it was a winner there.
Oh, she wasn't getting to it. No, absolutely.
16.
That's good. You just get the impression that Yamaguchi is trying to kind of
19.
fall over the line here in this opening game rather than confidently sprint across it.
Yeah, she's not at her free-flowing best. At least not consistently enough at the moment. That is terrific. Terrific defence. And then under real pressure to find this kind of shot quality to put that shuttle right in the corner.
And she hasn't
Game
really
point,
played that many winners,
70.
Yamaguchi, in this opening game. However, she's got 3 game points to win it.
Yeah, that's not really... we don't see that many winners from Yamaguchi generally, do we? The odd sort of slice drop shot, slow, but otherwise, her game's built around so many other things.
It's long, obviously Wardani will challenge, but just judging from Yamaguchi's body language, I suspect this is out the back.
5 the court, please.
Oh, it's good. Flush on the line. So out we come.
Service over.
Looked like it was going to be game Yamaguchi. In the end, it's game point saved, but 2 left.
Well, we know,
Play.
at least for certain, the line judges are not biased, because that was a call for for Wardani. That was on the line, and you're in the Istora. It's a surprise that one was signalled long.
Great defence this time from the Indonesian.
Yeah, Yamaguchi taking a few chances. Making that draw as big as possible again, and Yamaguchi just couldn't get there.
And if Yamaguchi can't get there, you know that the placement was perfect. So 2 game points saved by the 22-year-old. Can she save the 3rd? Crowd are absolutely lapping this up. Well, she was seriously tested in this game, Yamaguchi, but she found a way, as she so often does, and by a narrow margin, she sneaks the opener and leads 1 game to love, but there may yet be a lot of badminton left in this match.
Yeah, Wardani's playing pretty well here. If she can keep up that shot quality and reduce the errors, she can push Yamaguchi all the way, because I don't think Yamaguchi is quite playing at her best. Yes, she's moving very well, but some of the shots she's missed just give me that doubt that she's going to run away with this one.
Twenty seconds. On court. Second game, la ball, play.
So how is Wardani going to react to losing that opening game when she was within a point of Saving 3 game points. That's a very solid start. More spectacular than solid, actually.
Terrific winner. Confidence to go for the lines. It is something of a game plan. I know we've said we require patience from her.
I think she did show a lot of that in the first game, though, didn't she? After the opening few points, she picked her moments.
Yeah, she understood the challenge. She realised that Yamaguchi is actually human, will make mistakes. Made quite a few mistakes by her high standards, and therefore Wardani can actually resort back to basics, so to speak, play her own game and try and stay in there, and that's why she got so close in the first. That's a lovely reverse from Yamaguchi, but Wardani's defense rock solid. Great racket skills from Wardani.
I'll tell you what, if I was Yamaguchi, I'd be very concerned here, not just because she's 4-love down the second game, but if Wardani maintains this level, Yamaguchi's basically got potentially 2 games of non-stop defence ahead of her.
Yeah, Yamaguchi's not at her best, especially in that sort of backhand corner where she plays it, this one, round the head. She's been going for a straight drop shot, like a fast drop down the line, and she's missed so many. It's just not working for her today. She needs to take that shot out of her armoury today, play something else, because at the moment, she's really struggling.
And she's now bringing some misjudgments into the scenario as well. Clear was well in.
Well, I'm just sat here scratching my head for a moment because I've never seen Yamaguchi have such a terrible start to a game. And that shot was halfway down the net. She's leaving shots that are well in court. She's missed the drop shot so many times.
Finally on the board then.
Yeah, but not by her own doing, which won't necessarily build much confidence.
Well, that's what I was saying. I mean, she's hardly played a winner. I know she always relies heavily on her retrieving and defensive skills, but I literally can remember about 3 winners she played in the first game, even though she won it. I'm not sure you can keep doing that potentially for 3 games.
No, and Wardani for 2 points, letting Yamaguchi back in. 2 mistakes in the same spot, and again. And I was watching the reaction of Wardani on the first 2, and again on this one, turned straight to the coach, almost a sort of tap on the head moment where she needs to just bring her margins in a little bit, play inside the court slightly.
7-3.
Especially given the start of Yamaguchi. Surely Wardani just needs to keep the shuttle in play and allow this train of errors to continue.
Well, it was right in hitting zone, and Wardani didn't disappoint. That was a gift, really.
The shot quality from Yamaguchi is really below par.
They're really starting to enjoy themselves now. Wardani charging ahead in this second game.
Quite find the problem. There's got to be a problem here because Yamaguchi's length there was terrible and she barely moved when that cross-course slice drop shot came in. Very unlike Yamaguchi.
Another misjudgment. What's going on?
10-3.
I don't know, but this second game's not going to last long. I don't think Yamaguchi's going to necessarily even try to find her best to recover from here. 7 points down. That was going wide, I thought.
Yeah, just flicked off the end of Wardani's racket. Definitely missing the sideline otherwise, I think. Well, that's going to be a massive lead at the mid-game interval. Wardani reacting brilliantly to dropping the opening game. And this one now is hers to lose. We should be in for a decider in about 10 minutes' time.
sedikit dia udah mulai agak malas. Ada lari dia, dilarikan aja.
20 seconds, 20 seconds. Players on court. Play.
Second game turning into a disaster for Yamaguchi. The serve wasn't even that long. Decided to take off the floor with a jump smash and missed it halfway down the net again. I can't see any signs physically that Yamaguchi's struggling. She has got a little bit of taping around the left knee. That skin-coloured KT tape. But it's doesn't seem to be troubling her.
It's just, I don't know, something doesn't quite feel right, does it, about Yamaguchi's body language at the moment?
Yeah, I completely agree. Almost too casual for the Yamaguchi we are so used to watching. Not so much in the first. Yes, she missed a few shots, but otherwise, physically, she looked up for it. Second game, entirely different.
We're just used to seeing her always being totally zoned in, aren't we? And that's not the case at the moment.
Play.
Well, that 1-2 combination has worked well for her, Wardani. so far today. She's missed the smash. But taking that shot previous, and playing the drop shot, has given her a shorter lift. She's looking for that smash.
Seven, 12.
Well,
She's got to be a bit careful here, hasn't she?
more than a bit. I mean, she missed a few out left earlier in a row. She's just missed 2 out the back. That's 5 points under no pressure.
Yeah, Yamaguchi hasn't had to do anything. And she's missed another one, the Japanese.
Well, the net court pushed this out wide. That smash was going in until the net got involved.
But it shouldn't have hit the net, should it, from where she was?
38.
Look where she is, mid-court. I mean, that's not, by her standards, that difficult a shot.
Certainly not. That's a look of nothing's going right here.
Totally, but it wasn't a look that suggested she's got some kind of injury niggle, was it? I think she's fine, physically.
Nice deception. It's the best rally we've seen probably in the second game.
Well, fabulous point. And it's the kind of rally that will do Yamaguchi's confidence a power of good.
Absolutely. There's a commitment to the net and the quality, the intensity to knock that off as well.
She almost kind of, let's say it was quite the dummy, but she just waited, didn't she? She knew what she was going to, just waited for Wardani to play that little hairpin, and she was there in an instant for an easy kill.
Might be the best rally we've seen in the match. Let's hope it's a sign of change, because so far this second game has been very up and down, and more often down.
Didn't quite get the height she wanted, and she didn't get the width either. And that allowed Wardani to play the winner.
49.
Yeah, under some pressure throughout. That, though, was bread and butter for Yamaguchi on a good day. Got punished because the height wasn't there.
Well, she had to lift there, Yamaguchi. And she was always going to be struggling after that.
What a beautiful net shot that was to set this up. There we go. Took 2 smashes, though.
Service over, 10-15.
What a shot from Yamaguchi. Yes, it flicked the net, but
Wipe the court, please.
cannot get more accurate than that.
Wipe the court,
Some of
please.
this net play
11,
over the last few
15.
points has been fabulous. Look at this backhand. Just saw Yamaguchi off camera, just giving her lower back a bit of a rub. I wonder whether anything is going on there physically. It's gone wide.
Service over. 16-11.
There seems to have been a bit of a comeback from Yamaguchi, but it doesn't look entirely convincing.
Well, you still wouldn't say she's out of this second game yet. Wardani has to just hold her concentration levels.
Yeah, it's nice to see the deception, but it's not the default. Yamaguchi is opting for that creative racket skill, and again she's trying it rather than her default physicality. And I wonder if that is because she is struggling physically. Could have taken that shuttle a lot higher, a lot earlier, let it drop, tried to be deceptive, and that isn't the Yamaguchi that would have won the World Championships. Taking that backhand, for example, is not the Yamaguchi we've seen over the years. She should have run around the head there, which suggests to me there's something not quite right.
Well, the crowd were already cheering. Wardani put it long. It was a huge let-off for Yamaguchi, but that was good. And she's 3 points away from levelling this match.
18-13.
Wow, great defense. That is a good handful that Wardani has missed in that particular corner. Good defense from the Indonesian.
Stunning from Yamaguchi, because that was a terrific shot from Wardani, and Yamaguchi just basically blocked it.
Yeah, she just soaked up this pressure, didn't she?
Wonderful stuff from the Japanese, really was.
Both of these players having chances in that rally, giving everything in defence.
Yamaguchi wins the next couple of points. This is going to get very, very tense and potentially very nervy for 22-year-old Putri Wardani.
Still trying to work out if there is a physical issue here. To give us reason as to why Yamaguchi hasn't looked 100% engaged.
12-4 at one stage in this second game it was.
Yeah, the start was terrible, wasn't it? And it almost looked like a half-hearted Yamaguchi. I think this was in.
No, that's gone wide.
Oh, big challenge. Is it a challenge?
I don't think she has it. It looked like it was right in the middle of the tram lines. So she hasn't bothered to ask the question.
Good defense again. That is brilliant from Yamaguchi.
And she's back within one, astonishingly.
17-18.
Look at the confidence to play that net shot Wardani was still on the service line. That is brave.
I mean, and the margin for error on that shot is infinitesimal. Any higher, it would have been killed off. Any lower, it's in the net.
Oh, rock solid defense again from the Japanese. Finally, she's got one through. How many kills have come back from Yamaguchi? And well, you called it, Trevor. Next couple of points, this is going to get interesting, and that's exactly what's happened.
It's almost like Yamaguchi needs to be within that kind of range to basically play a winner, doesn't she? Yeah. Whereas Wardani can play winners from pretty much anywhere on the court, even against Yamaguchi's phenomenal defence. So now we have seriously got a game on. 18-all. Well, as I said, remember, she was 12-4 ahead at one point.
Fascinating as well, the mental pressure now for Yamaguchi, because if there is a physical problem, either she needs to withdraw or let this one go and try for a third. But at this stage, you may as well go for it. Go for the win. Clean this up in two and then decide what you're going to do tomorrow.
Yeah, when it gets easier tomorrow, she's going to play An So-young if she wins here.
No bother.
19-18.
What a turnaround here. Yamaguchi in front now.
How much time Wardani had to pick her spot there and to make the error. What a moment to do that. Heartbreaking for the Indonesian.
I wonder if she does end up losing this game, if the enormity of the occasion just played a part.
Good touch. Yamaguchi holds the attack nicely, gets a short lift, but oh, that is lovely. What a finish.
I just did not see this coming at the mid-game interval, did you?
Absolutely not. I even suggested at whatever the ridiculous start was, 6-0 down or something, we're likely to see her just cave in on this second game and start again in the third, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily been the most convincing fight back until the last few points. Wardani has helped Yamaguchi here, letting her back in.
2 match points for the double world champion.
Oh, it's a very conservative rally. Oh, it's gone wide.
She was trying to be so precise with it. I think just overthought it a bit in the end, you know.
It's like she had too much time to think about it. But she was stood bolt upright as she played the shot, and that is not the position you want to be in.
And she snatched at that, and maybe there is going to be some more drama there.
Wonders, because we don't see much on the face of Yamaguchi all that often. She was disappointed with herself there.
Made that one though.
Wow.
She has to challenge it, Wardani, but I don't think she gets any joy here. That looked to be on the line from Yamaguchi.
Well, I'm aghast at what we're watching, really. It's hard to put it into some kind of context. I really can't explain what's happened to get us to this position and how much riding on the result of this challenge.
I think Wardani knew, but she had to challenge just because of the state of the match, obviously. So, a third
Service
chance
over.
now for Yamaguchi
21.
to finally put this to bed.
Play.
It's good. She was nowhere near her best, but what an escape. Yamaguchi comes through and in straight games in the end. I think Wardani will learn a lot from this. It won't be any consolation now to her. She had a big lead in that second game, but just couldn't go on with it. And Yamaguchi drew on all her years of experience and found a way. And she will face one of her nemesis in this sport, and Se-Young tomorrow in the semi-final. But great entertainment, Bobby.
Well, escape is the right word. I think that might be the least convincing Yamaguchi I've ever witnessed to get through against Wardani in this circumstance, in this tournament, the way she's just done today. It's very strange indeed. Credit to her, and you said it perfectly. Her experience got her through that in the end.
21-19, 22-20, 51 minutes, the match time. So we've had two matches, victories for Chen and To and Yamaguchi, and 3 more matches to come after our little break here, and that'll feature mixed doubles, women's doubles, and then we'll see that to all Chinese women's singles, and then 5 more matches will follow straight off the back of those 3. Jill Clark and Steen Pedersen will bring in all the action from those. So please rejoin us at 1:30 local time. That is in approximately 2.5 hours. For now, from myself, Trevor Harris, and Bobby Griffin, our whole cast and crew here in Jakarta. See you a bit later. Bye-bye.